Since the company's inception way back in 1959, Westone has always taken great pride in providing its customers with the most comfortable and ergonomic earpieces available. Originally operating out of the company founder's small family cabin up in the mountains of Divide, Colorado, Westone has shown tremendous growth over the company's 60 years of operations, as has our product and service offering. With more than 60 years' experience producing custom ear molds and proudly serving the hearing healthcare industry, Westone has truly earned the title of the in-ear experts.
What's up, guys? My name's Ryan, and we're coming at you live today from Westone headquarters here in beautiful Colorado Springs, Colorado. I'm joined to my left by Mr. Thomas Eiler, who has over 2 decades of experience making custom ear molds here at Westone. So Thomas, why don't you tell us a little more about what we're going to get into today?
Well, our goal today is to show all the audiologists and viewers how complicated our earpieces are. They handcraft our ear molds. We see the artistry and the science behind all of it. So let's go, Ryan.
Let's do it.
Now here's where we receive all of our impressions.
So again, this is central numbering. This is where every single impression that comes into Westone is taken. We're joined here by the lovely Miss Lavonda. And how many impressions do you think we receive every day, Lavonda?
Roughly about 1,000 a day.
1,000 impressions, wow. And what happens hypothetically if we receive a bad set of impressions?
We have a process where we call it CMP. We take them down to order entry, and they call the customer and let them know so they can send us a new pair.
Okay.
After the impressions are approved, we come over here to scan them. This is where Westone logs all the impressions.
Once approved by a numbering clerk, a digital 3D scan is taken of each pair of impressions, which is then stored in Westone's impression database. This way, Westone can use a 3D printer to reprint scanned impressions so customers don't have to send in a new pair of impressions for each order. We recommend sending in a new pair of impressions every 2 years, as your ears are one of 2 body parts that never stop changing, so what fit you 2 years ago may no longer fit your ears today. After being scanned into Westone's database, impressions are then sent to the lab so they can truly begin the ear mold production process.
So once we receive the impression from numbering, the technician is going to read the box tag to see which style of earpiece we're going to create. Okay. This one's going to be a style 40. So now what I'm going to do is trim out all the excess material so that we get a raw finish of what the product is going to look like. Now our next step is to wax the earpiece. Once we look at the order form, it will determine whether we wax it heavier or thinner, depending on what the customer wants and depending on which style of earpiece we're doing.
Wow, there's really a lot of skill that goes into this process.
Now, Ryan, what I'm going to do is take these impressions and make a negative cast of them.
We create the cast by putting the impressions into a metal box and filling the box with Kohler material. Once the Kohler material has cooled, remove the impressions that create the negative cast of the ear mold.
Now we're ready to go ahead and shoot material into the cast. We have 1,000 different color combinations that you can choose.
Wow.
Now we're going to shoot some more into here. I'm going to keep switching them out so that we create a swirl color effect. Now what I'm going to do is turn on this tamper table, and this is going to force all those bubbles to come up.
Okay, so it's basically just a kind of electronic vibrating machine.
Yep. So now we're ready to go ahead and put this metal onto here. Flip it over and put these clamps on.
And what is that going to do for the cast?
It's going to make it so that it doesn't shift.
Okay.
Now we're ready to put it into the pressure pot.
And what is the pressure pot for?
This is so that we can warm up the flask and make it cure correctly. Get some of those air bubbles out.
Okay. And how long is that going to take in the pressure cooker?
Takes about an hour.
Okay.
Now it's time to release the pressure and check out these cool ear molds we made.
Feels like it's getting a little steamy in here. How hot does it get in these pressure cookers?
It gets up about to 140 degrees.
Okay.
So we'll come over here and take it out. And now we're going to go ahead and remove these earpieces that we shot. So now we're going to trim off this excess. and get it ready for grinders.
And so after you've trimmed off that material, we basically have the final body for the earpiece, correct?
Yes, definitely right. Now we're ready to grind the earpiece to the final product. With Westone having over 45 different styles, it's important to know which one we're looking at and which one we're going to be grinding to.
Wow, to grind the earpieces like that, it really does take an artistic talent to get all the retentive features of the ear.
The style of earpiece being produced requires any vents or holes to be drilled into the earpiece. Next, it is sent to the drilling station after the earpiece has been properly ground down, before moving on to the finishing machine.
Alright, so what is this giant blue thing and what does it do?
This is called our finishing machine.
How the finishing machine works is we put the ceramic rocks into a pot, then we throw the earpieces into the pot. The finish machine then rotates the pots round and round, which slowly helps to make the earpiece even smoother.
Alright, so we ground the earpiece, we put it in the finishing machine. What do we have left?
All we got left now is to glaze the earpiece. And if it's a traditional ear mold, it's going to go over there to get tubed and ready to get shipped out the door. So we're close, Ryan, almost there. Dip it into the glazed material, spin it. So now what I'm going to do is stick it into the oven, and I'm going to let that cook for about 7 minutes. So this is what they look like when they're done with the glazing.
Oh wow, yeah, these are definitely a lot smoother. So these are all ready to go out now, right?
Not quite yet, Ryan. The most important crucial part to this whole process is having it QC'd by one of our techs to make sure that the product that was ordered is done to the way that the customer is expecting and the audiologist is requesting.
Okay.
So we'll head this way now.
At this step, a lab technician closely inspects the earpiece to make sure that it's up to Westone standards and that the earpiece matches the customer's preferences written down on their order form. Any tubes that need to be inserted into an earpiece is also done at QC stage. It is then sent to our packaging department to be prepared to ship to our customers.
Now here we are in packaging. This is the end of the road for these ear molds. Right now we're going to go ahead and watch the process on how these get shipped out.
Packaging is where all earpiece orders are packaged up with earpiece accessories such as earwax removal tools, cleaning cloths, portable carrying pouches, or Westone's own Odo-Ease lubricant. They are then shipped out to the customer via FedEx unless the customer specifically requests a different means of delivery. So thanks again for joining us today. We hope that everybody enjoyed the behind-the-scenes look at Westone and all the art, science, hard work, and dedication that goes into producing each ear mold that we make here at Westone Laboratories. Thomas, my man, thank you so much for helping out today. We appreciate it. And before we leave you guys today, we just want to give you one last special message from the Cartwright twins.
Fantastic. Cool. Hi, I'm Carl Cartwright. And I'm Kris Cartwright. And we want to take this opportunity to thank you for taking the time to view our little film about Westone and how we make custom earpieces. Over the 60 years that Westone has been in business, we have learned a lot about the science that it takes to make a properly fitting earpiece. And we've also learned there's a fair amount of art that goes into that process as well. At any rate, from both of us, we just want to say thank you for your support in the past, your support today, and your continued support of Westone in the future.
Thanks so much.